Well, hey friends and neighbors, this is Chuck out at Sheridan Park Farms. Welcome back to the farm. It is another beautiful morning here in the mountains of western North Carolina. So y'all know I was gone last week to a timber framing class down in western North Carolina. And in doing so, I may have done something that has risked my YouTube channel long term. I left some camera equipment in the hands of an amateur, in the hands of someone with zero experience, well, very minimal experience in filming and doing YouTube content. I left Whistle Britches with a couple of cameras. But anyway, she was a trooper. She was a real trooper. She shot quite a bit of footage of her canning a lot of vegetables and some fruits and other things for us to put back here on the farm to have to eat later this winter. And so I've looked at all that footage. I've reviewed it. She done okay on a scale of, on the A to F scale, B+. She done pretty good. So let's roll a little bit of that right now. I'll show you what she done. We'll come back and we're going to put everything. We're going to put a bunch of stuff out on the table and show you exactly what all she done. She didn't film it all, so you got to stay around the end to see what all she ended up canning. But stick around and we'll show you what all she got canned and what kind of goodies we're going to have to eat this winter.
So here's what it's going to take. As you can see, this is a bit of a production. And we got 2 bushels of peaches to do here. So I'm going to set up the camera with my phone here and just show y'all how I'm getting ready to do this. So as you can see, my water bath canner here will hold 15 jars. And when we're canning peaches, we can do water bath canning because they're acidic enough. They don't have to have a pressure canner. So we'll be doing a batch of 15 at a time. And so what I'm going to be doing is setting up my workstation here. We're going to be blanching these peaches. So they'll go into a boiling water for about a minute. Then they'll go into an ice bath to stop the cooking. And then I'll peel the skins and put them in a container over here. We're going to save those to do some peach skin jam. And then the peaches themselves will be sliced and pitted and put into another container and get ready to go into the jars. Once I've got this first box ready, I will get my simple syrup into this pot, and it's 3 cups of sugar to 6 cups of water. We'll get that up to temperature. We'll fill our jars after we've sterilized them. This is what we're doing right now, is we're sterilizing jars. After we get them sterilized, we'll fill them with peaches and simple syrup. We'll cap them, and then they'll go into the water bath canner for 10 minutes. And that'll be it for canning peaches. All right, so it's taken me a few minutes to decide how I want to get this situated. But I've got my hot water going here. There it is. And then I've got a cooler over here. I'm going to put some ice in, and I can replenish my ice bucket here as I need to. Then I'll come over here and skin them, take the pits out. They'll go into this bucket, and then the sliced peaches will go into this bucket, ready to be put into the jars. So that's what we're going to work on first, is skinning and pitting and slicing these peaches. And we're going to do one bucket, or one box worth. And we're ready to start skinning some peaches. So this is just the first step in a series of things to do to get ready to can these. So this is going to take a little while. And I've got 2 bushels to do. So we're starting at about 4:30, and we'll see how long it takes us. It may be midnight before we're done. And of course, the riper they are, the easier they'll peel. Some of them are so ripe that the peeling just slips right off. And then some of them are kind of aggravating, so they want to hang on to it. And if you're in our area here in northwest North Carolina, up around Boone, Statesville, Hickory, Yadkinville, Winston area, these peaches came from TV Paw orchards up on the brushes. And man, I can't say enough about TV Paws. We got blueberries from them this year. We got 2 gallons of blueberries. They've worked out wonderfully. We've gotten apples from them before when we were doing some of our apple butter. They have wonderful stuff. If you're anywhere close, I would recommend going by. So this is some hot water out of my counter, and we'll just use that to heat our centers with, our lids. So today, as you can see, we are working on October beans and sweet corn. So the first thing I'm going to do is get my beans going in the pressure canner. And so while they're cooking, I can work on shucking this corn. So we're going to fill this jar about halfway, or about a cup of beans. A little salt in them. And then fill this up with boiling water. Okay, so we've got our jars in our canners here. And they've come up to a boil. So now I'm going to put my lids on. And once we start venting steam, we'll let them vent for about 10 minutes. And then we'll put the jiggler on and start the pressure. All right, we're coming up to 10 pounds here. And once the jigglers start jiggling a little bit, I'm going to turn the temperature back and we're going to hold and maintain 10 pounds of pressure for 90 minutes. And these are October beans that we're doing. Okay, so our October beans are done. These are cooling off in the pot a little bit. And here's some that I got out of the other canner. So they're looking good. And that was 90 minutes at 10 pounds. So the next thing I'm going to work on is canning up my corn that I just cut off the cob. And then we'll put those in here with my last can of October beans. I only had a pint worth, so they'll go in with this corn. So the next thing we'll do is pack this corn into some jars. All right, we've got our corn in. 1, 2, 3. We've got 6 pints of corn and 1 pint of October beans. We'll run these for 55 minutes.
All right, so there is the footage, and here's the results. What? I don't understand why you laid around all week last week and didn't do anything.
Well, I even came out
And you, yeah,
spent the night with you one
yeah.
night. And you're
Just think, if you had stayed here where you belong. What? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Hey.
Joke, just a joke. Just think what you could have accomplished.
Yeah.
So, why don't you tell everybody what you have done? Now, in all fairness, some of the beans were canned
The week before.
the week before.
So
But even
half
still,
of these beans were canned last week.
while I was gone.
Yeah, like 51 or 55 quarts last week.
I'm glad. Did I help break those?
Yeah.
Those are the ones I helped break before I left.
No. Yeah. Hey, I don't know.
Yeah, those are the ones that I helped break before.
That's right.
Before I left, and then you done the rest of them.
Yeah.
All right. So, tell them what all you got here.
So all in all, we've got 109 quarts of green beans.
But now we've eaten a couple of quarts.
We've eaten about 4 quarts worth, just straight out of the garden into the pressure cooker.
Yeah, but there's 109 sitting
There are
here.
109 right here.
And these are our Blue Lake pole beans that we thought were bush beans. And the kicker of it is they're still blooming, ain't they?
Yeah, they're still blooming, and the bumblebees are working them like crazy. And so we've got a girl, neighbor Hannah, across the way here. She's probably going to come over the weekend or first next week and pick another mess.
Do a picking, yeah. So we're not going to be hungry for green beans this winter.
For a while.
Yeah.
We won't even have to grow green beans next year.
Well, we'll have, yeah.
No, we won't.
Maybe a row. I mean, you got to grow them.
Why?
Just cause you got to grow them. I've really enjoyed the garden. I mean, I really have.
Yeah, he has.
And a lot of that's, I've been inspired by Andy over at True Grit, and then our friend Donnie Carringer. Those guys do big gardens, way far bigger than what we do. But I've really been inspired by them, and so I've had fun in the garden this year.
Yeah, Donnie does a lot of sales.
Yeah.
He sells a lot
Market garden. Yeah, he's market garden stuff. But anyway, so 109 cans of green beans.
Yeah. 7 quarts of tomatoes, and that's just the first run of tomatoes. I mean, that's just the initial, 10 or 15 tomatoes that were ripe. And
there will be more.
there'll be more tomatoes than there are green beans here, I'm afraid.
Where do you expect to put all that?
I don't know.
I can't find a
I
place to
really
put all
don't
this.
know. So, yeah, a lot of tomatoes are coming.
7 cans of tomatoes so far.
Yeah. And then 18 quarts of peaches.
And y'all, these turned out, these are absolutely, they're beautiful.
They turned out really good.
They're really, really pretty. And we got, so we didn't grow everything that's here. We bought these from TV Paw Orchards up on the Brushy Mountains. Yep, so we got those from them.
And then 2 quarts of pickled peaches. And I got that recipe from Megan over at True Grit.
Yep.
And that's sugar and vinegar, cinnamon and cloves.
And I still hadn't tried them.
Man,
We might try them for supper.
they're so good I got sick off of them.
We might try
It was a couple, 3 days before I got straightened back out.
So, you get up in the middle of the night cramping and you go drink pickle juice. Could you drink pickled peach juice?
I wouldn't.
That takes a while to work through all that.
You can. It would probably work for the cramps, and it probably worked better for constipation.
It's a cleansing. Yeah.
Oh, me. And then 14 quarts of October beans.
And we had to buy our October beans.
Afraid so.
They were doing so good.
They were doing so good.
And then the deer got in them. And somebody asked, I had a bunch of people ask me on videos, do you have any trouble with deer? Do you have any trouble with deer? And no, we hadn't had a lick of trouble with deer. None. But those October beans, we planted them and they came up and they were doing great. And then I don't know what happened, but something happened.
They got to the point where they were just right.
For the deer.
And the deer waited. I mean, they waited till the perfect moment.
Yep.
They were really full and just beginning to put beans on.
Yep.
And that's
they were
when
getting these little bitty, they were long green.
pods.
Yeah, little green pods. They were looking good. We were going to have a bunch of them too.
We were going to have a bunch.
We'd done 3 rows of them. They were looking like they were going to do great. And then the deers wiped them out. So I know how to handle that next year. So we'll be ready for them next time around.
And then 10 jars of blueberry syrup.
Blueberry syrup.
And that's not counting what we freeze-dried and dehydrated.
Yep.
We got floating around here between jars and bags, we got, I'm going to say, 6 gallons of blueberries.
And so some of those we bought, and some of them we picked up at TV Paw Orchards when we went up there and picked up those peaches. And we picked 2 gallons up there that day.
We picked 2 gallons up there.
It takes forever to pick a gallon of blueberries. Forever. But we had 10 of them. Was that right? We had 10 of them. I only got 9 sitting here. I sent my buddy Nathan over to Out of the Woods. Sent him one for him and his wife and for Bruno. So.
Well, I hadn't heard back from him yet.
So I texted with him the other night and I said, how was that blueberry syrup? And he said, is that what that was? We hadn't even opened it yet. So anyway, they got some blueberry syrup.
And then we got 13 pints of corn.
Yep.
And there's 2 different varieties there. There's Silver Queen that we got from Phil,
Yep.
Farmer Phil. And that's the Honey Select. And we got that from Neighbor Beth.
Neighbor Beth. Yep. And then,
full disclosure, I did this last night while you were gone.
Yep.
This is peach peel jelly. And so while I was canning these peaches, I saved all the peelings and the pits, and I put them all in a tub. Well, first I boiled them in some hot water for about 10 minutes, and then I put them all in a tub, and I've let them steep in the cooler for about a week.
Yeah.
And so last night I got it out and boiled the juice down a little bit till it got to the flavor I thought would be right, and then added the pectin and the sugar and got 11 pints of peach peel jelly.
And I was promised about the time we were going to bed last night I was going to get some toast and some jelly this morning. I ain't seen that yet.
Well, it's because you've run me up and made me do this.
Well, then there's that. Yeah, there's that.
I can't be 2 places.
I know. I'm just picking. So I think a take-home message right here is this is a lot of food. This is a lot of food that we're going to put back. This is part of our larder. This is part of our grocery store for the winter. But we didn't grow everything. And I think that's important is you don't have to grow everything. You can grow the things that you like to grow, the things that you enjoy growing, the things that your property will sustain and will let you grow, and then it's okay to buy some other stuff. I have neither the time nor the inclination to mess with an orchard to grow peaches. So we've got a local orchard where we buy those. October beans, we were on the way there.
Found a guy over in Ararat, Virginia.
Yep.
About an hour away.
And
I bought a bushel of October beans off of him. I'm going to send his daughter a message here in a few minutes, see if I can get another
bushel of them. But, our October beans ended up going by the wayside because of the deer, so we found somebody that grows them for us. Bought a little corn, had a little corn give to us. We used, what a lot of people would consider a waste product off of those peaches to make jelly out of. You don't have to grow it all, but find local farms, and that's the thing about it.
Yeah.
Find a local farmer. Don't go buy a bunch of stuff at the grocery store and try to can it and that kind of stuff. You don't know, if that's all you got, that's all you got, and that's fine. But you don't know what you're getting, but find a local farm in your area that's growing this stuff that you can buy from, support them. It helps you put back a lot of good food for, the winter. Power goes out, get bad weather, the trucks can't get into your grocery stores and restock them, you're good to go. And we could, between this and what's in the freezer out there, minus bread, we could not leave this. We could stay in this holler and not leave for a year, a long time. And this ain't counting the potato. We didn't get very many potatoes. But this ain't counting the onions that we got over there. And if we decided, well, we're just going to eat what we've grown, we could stay up here for a long time.
Yeah, boy.
That sounds like a pretty good idea to me.
Me too.
Not leave this holler. But anyway, thank you for doing all this. It looks good.
It does. It looks really good sitting out here. He wanted to put all this out on the table and talk about it, and I was like, do we have to?
And I'm like, you done all that work.
But I've moved this stuff I don't know how many times.
She said, well, let's set 1 or 2 cans of everything out and we can just talk about it. I'm like, no, there's a visual representation of the work that you've done. I mean, how many hours you reckon you've got into this?
I don't know. There was plenty of nights last week I was up till 1 and 2 o'clock.
I mean, this is at least a 40-hour work week right here, just putting this stuff back. Not counting the picking and the breaking and all that.
Just prep.
Just the canning stuff. I mean, this is a 40-hour work week right here. So anyway, like we always say, please keep us in your prayers. May God bless you and your families. We'll see you on the next video. Thanks. That's some good looking stuff.